Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Go, you drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip.
I also want to apologize because I got a couple messages overnight from people saying they're upset with me. And whenever someone's upset with me, I want to seriously consider it for what they're saying at face value. All right? And these are not people, these are not trolls. I want to clarify something. These were not trolls who messaged me. These are actually like fans, people who I care about because they care about me, and they're very upset with me. And so I want to apologize to everyone for the last few days if you feel like I came across like yesterday or the day before and I was talking about tips and can you help me with tips and stuff like that. People don't like that, and they're pissy. Not pissy, excuse me. That's the wrong word. Not pissy, they're pissed. And they should rightfully be pissed. If there's someone who's a fan of me and a fan of my content and they're coming to my streams and they're upset because they're like, oh my God, Phil's doing it again. And, you know, and the thing is, there's a difference between saying to you guys, you know, I'm stressed today because finances are going bad. Or there's a difference between that and saying, hey, by the way, send me tips, right? There's a big difference between those two things. And it just sucks because being that my major source of income is crowdfunding from you guys, right? Major. I mean, the only other thing that I really get income from that's not crowdfunding is ad revenue. And ad revenue is all over the place and you can't control it. Half the time my videos get demonetized. I mean, I couldn't tell you, probably 2 videos a week on DSP Reacts is monetized. Everything else is demonetized, right? So you can't really control that. And so when I'm in a situation where things are bad or tight, you know, it's like kind of going to a friend or a family member and saying, hey, things are tight. You know, if you were already going to help because you probably were going to, could you help in this particular way? People don't like that. They're very upset with me. And, you know, I'm happy that people told me. I'm happy that rather than people saying, we are just going to give you the, you know, say everything's fine. I don't want a room of yes men and women with me. Do you understand? I don't want that. If people have issues with me and things that I say, I absolutely want to know about it. And I'm happy, very happy that people came to me and said, even the way you said it, yes, it's not like you're sitting here and you're begging and demanding anything, but it's still wrong. Okay? You know? So the thing is, I don't even know what to do. When you're in a situation where you know you need the help, right? But just simply bring it up or asking, not even asking, suggesting, because I didn't even ask for anything. I suggested something. Even that is offensive to people or upsetting to people, right? Like, I don't know how to go about it, you know? I just don't. If you don't mention it, then you might not get what you need, which has happened, you know? It's like maybe if I don't mention it at all, right? As I've told you guys, what I look at when I look at the business is there a pattern being established, okay? If I'm streaming and I've got a slow day when it comes to any kind of support, all right? It's not something that's a big deal. And it's hilarious because my detractors always make it out to be a big deal. Any day that they're literally, I'm not even kidding you, they literally sit here and calculate how much I make in a day. And they post it all over their videos on the internet. Even I don't do that. I don't on a daily basis. I'm not just sitting here with a spreadsheet going like this. They think like you ever see those old cartoony accountants? They have the visor, the glasses, and like one of those old calculators with the receipt shoots out of it. So there's like every day, they're watching my stream. Oh, a $2 super chat came in. Oh, a tip came in. They're calculating, and they have these big running tallies, you know, of what's being made on a stream, right? Which is all wrong because, of course, there's a million factors. There's chargebacks you don't know about. There's the fees associated with each and every transaction. What you see coming is not what a streamer gets. It's bullshit, okay? But this is how they are. They're just nuts in that regard. But I don't even do that. You know, what I see is if there's a pattern of days, if there's like several days where I'm noticing, wow, that actually was a series of days where things were quite slow, you know, on any kind of support. And how do I really gauge it? How do I notice it? Well, as you know, we have goals in effect on streams, right? So for example, today, if we raise $50 on this very stream, I put on my Gunner glasses, okay? And then if we raise $100 on the stream, I put on a hat. You guys pick a silly hat for me to wear or whatever, right? So that's what I mean. Like, that's how I gauge it, is like, if I notice, I've been putting on the glasses a lot, then probably things are going good. If I notice, man, I haven't worn a hat in a long time, it probably means there's been a string of pretty slow days, right? And that's really how I do it. And in particular, I don't look at stuff until I absolutely have to. And then I look at it and I'm like, oh crap, well, here's what's coming up. I got bills coming up. I got this coming up. And wow, because I've had a string of slow days that have happened within like a 2-week period, I'm in a situation where, wow, things are real bad right now. And I don't even know how I'm going to do what I need to do in the next week. And it's like, well, now what do you do? Say nothing. If I say absolutely nothing, then no one knows, right? And there may be someone, let's say, for example, and this is my rationale, and I hope you understand my rationale where I'm coming from. I want to flesh this out because I feel like, again, in the honesty and transparency, the kind of person that I am, right? This is what I want to talk about. And if you find this offensive, I'm sorry, but at least I want to tell you where I'm coming from. But I am going to tell you I apologize, and there's going to be a resolution, all right? But anyway, if I say nothing, let's say, for example, there was someone who, they've been waiting to actually come and support the stream today. Maybe there's something there. Maybe they really like Hogwarts Legacy. And they were going to come to the stream, and they were going to say, hey, I want to support your stream today. Well, I've noticed that Phil has this new daily members goal. It's not a monthly goal anymore. You know what? I want to have him hit that members goal for today, right? So I'm going to drop 3 members. But I didn't say anything, so that's what they do. Great, that supports the channel. But in reality, what I really need help with it for that particular day is tips, because I got bills coming up that week, and I need the tips to pay them, right? So I'm appreciative of the support. It's amazing. But that person, maybe if I had said something publicly that they say, hey, just so you guys know, today would really help if you could tip me, because that's what I need right now. The members are great, but I don't get anything from them for like a month to a month and a half, while the tips I get now, and I really need the help now, right? I feel like we have that relationship, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't, right? I feel like we do, because these streams are small. Look at how many viewers I got, 300 some viewers. I'm talking with an audience of probably 20, 30 people in the chat right now who are directly talking with me. And I feel like we're having a conversation. I don't feel like this is me transactionally talking to a bunch of people who throw money at me. I don't feel that at all. I feel like we actually have a friendly relationship where we can talk transparently and people won't be offended. But apparently that's not the case, because I actually have a couple longtime supporters who actually said, we hate it when you talk like that. It actually offends us. It pisses us off. It makes us feel the wrong way. And I apologize for that, because when I talk transparently, I'm not thinking that way. I'm thinking, talking to a friend, talking to someone who I trust, who cares about me, and who would want to know, hey, if I was going to support you today, what's the best way? I get the feeling a lot of the times when I have something like this on the screen, maybe this is giving the wrong impression. Maybe on a day like today, where I'm like, I know for a fact that I need some help with tips, I should just not have that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the case. Maybe what I need to do is try to like cater the streams towards particularly what's best for the business that day, right? And maybe that's what I need to do, rather than saying it. You know what I'm saying? I guess we got to just figure this out, together. And I think it is a growing process. It's an evolving process. But the thing is, I am upset. I'm upset that people are upset. I don't like people being upset, especially people who I care about and people who I trust and people who have been very good to me. I don't like those people being upset with me at all. Okay? So I don't really know what to do, because I don't want to upset people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say things in a way that is going to turn people off and say, man, this guy's all about just raising money on every stream. Because I'm definitely not. There, how many days are we're playing games like a Dragon Ishin. We're playing games like Oblivion. Those streams are late night chill streams. They're not usually insanely profitable. I do those because they're fun to do with you guys. If I wanted to play every game was insanely profitable, here's what I'd be playing. Every memeable game on the internet, every new hot memeable game, I'd be playing every single one at launch. Just like every other streamer that does it. I'd be doing that, right? I'd be jumping on the bandwagon of every popular game, and I would try to beat that game within like 3 days. Get the new game done, and it's now all rush for those day one views. Rush to have the playthrough done so you can move on to the next project. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these things I do that have nothing to do with profit at all. It's actually unprofitable decisions, for sure. But that's because I'm trying to put out content for you that I feel is more meaningful, is more enjoyable, that we can have social experiences on these streams that are personable, and we can have fun conversations. You know what I'm saying? It's very different than what a lot of other people do. But because of that, I do absolutely rely on the crowdfunding. You guys know this. It's not like this is a new thing. You guys know all about this. The reason that I'm able to do what I love for a living in the style that I do it is because of you. Because you guys support this effort. You know how important it is to me to put out content that is meaningful to me and you. And I'm not putting out that shilled stuff. I'm not going to pump every viral game. I'm not going to play games just because I'm getting paid to play them. I'm not going to take those opportunities to just every indie game. I mean, my God, I still to this day I get offers almost daily about indie games. Play this indie game. Play this indie game. We'll pay you for it. No. I mean, I'm going to play games that I like and my audience wants to see. I'm not going to be playing games just for a paycheck. I don't want this to feel like that ever. You know. But then when it comes time, oh my God, things just didn't go well for a few weeks. I feel like, you know, I should be able to talk about that publicly. But my viewers don't feel the same, at least from what I'm being told, you know, the feedback I'm getting. So I apologize for that. I guess what I'm getting at here is I don't know how to let you know when I really need some help without being offensive. And if the answer is then just don't ever, that's fine. But understand that things might get, you know, pretty bad at some points. Because there's been times in my history as a content creator, since I became a full-time streamer, since the whole full-time ad revenue on YouTube stopped working. All right, that did. I mean, 2017, the adpocalypse happened. You can't just rely on YouTube ad revenue anymore. It doesn't work, okay? There's been times when if I didn't tell you guys, hey, I need support in this way, please support me in this way. And if I didn't get that support because I asked, I wouldn't have been able to pay bills. I wouldn't have been able to buy games. I wouldn't have been able to do these things, you know? It's funny because, for example, one of those people who criticized me months ago, one of the things that I had said, I think in that particular video was, well, it looks like I can't play the new game on Friday because I can't afford it. Oh my God, you see that? He's guilt tripping his audience. Actually, I was just speaking a fact. Like, I actually couldn't afford it. I had bankruptcy years ago. I don't have any credit. So it's not like, oh, I could just slap that on my streamer credit card and put it all down on the unlimited platinum plan and I can just buy every game under the sun. I can't do that. You know, I'm limited with budgets and things that I have. So for me, when I say that to you, I feel like I'm being transparent and hopefully it's explaining things so you can understand, man, I know we all want me to play this game on Friday, but it looks like I can't do it because this is how things have been going recently. But from an outsider, someone who isn't in the situation I'm in, is likely making a lot more money than me and is in a lot better position than me. They're looking at that and saying, oh, that's, you know, what a horrible e-beggar. And he's demanding that his fans pay for all of his supplies and shit like that. It's like, it's just crazy that people just assume everything. They think they know everything. Because again, what it is they have this big, ridiculous orchestra of bullshit around them that they believe. They believe there is some absolutely like secret, you know, gambling shit going on that's not going on. They believe they're nonsense and they just formulate this nonsense. And since that's the reason. So everyone else, you know, matter of factly, I don't have the money to buy a new game because things are tight right now because of everything going on in my life. And, you know, and then we have a few slower weeks, right? To them, it's like, oh, it's because Phil blew all his money on mobile games and was irresponsible with money over here. And he gets someone just said it to me yesterday. Why do you get $200 of Doordash a week? What on earth are you talking about? I have never once in my life spent $200 on Doordash in 1 week. Like, what are you speaking of? I get one meal a week possibly delivered on my day off. But this is what I mean. They formulated these crazy conspiracy clouds of bullshit, and they believe it. So in their minds, when I say I can't afford the game on Friday, they say, yeah, well, that's because you blew all your money on a mobile game and you bought $200 worth of Doordash food and you spent this money irresponsibly. But none of that's true. When the narrative becomes believe the bullshit, right? Then I can't ever win anyway. No matter what I do, I'll always be I'm always look like a villain. And that's what sucks, you know? So anyway, I apologize to you for the last 1 or 2 days where I said things like, hey, please send me tips. I need help with tips right now. I apologize for that. All right. All I can say is I can try to not do it. And that's all I can say, try. Because I can't promise I won't do it. I'm a weak human, and when times are rough or tough or tight, likely I'm going to end up, you know, kind of bulking a bit. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know the word. But basically, you know, I can't guarantee you it's not going to happen, especially if there's something that's really is bad going on. And, you know, I need the help right now. And I know people are going to help me. It's just that, hey, the different ways, right, that people can help. And if you can help in this way, that's better, right? I agree with Bloom Kit. I completely agree with Bloom Kit. He did a super chat. He says, I'm a fan. I don't mind, but you got to understand people watch streamers to relax, and hearing about financial problems constantly will turn people off. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why, and by the way, it's better. It's better now. My God, I was bad. Like, I look back now, a few years ago, around the time of the bankruptcy, particularly that year and the year right before, that was my worst years, because I was like doing special event. I need help. I need to raise $1,000. What? That's terrible. And I know that's terrible. I look at it now. I'm like, dude, that's fucking terrible. But the reason I can see that now is because I'm not in that situation. When you're in that situation and there's no other way out, and you know that your viewers are very much the people who are your income, you know, and that's it. It's either do this event and hopefully raise it, or you can't pay stuff. It's like do or die. And again, I look at it now and I say, that's terrible. In the moment, I couldn't see that because it was my only option, right? Now, thank God, right? That's not this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the situation. Like, it's not, oh my God, I need to raise $1,000. That's ridiculous. Thank God, right? I'm way more responsible now with what I've got. I divvy it out properly as much as I can. But even then, there's times that things are slower, and there's nothing that you can really do about that. All right. One thing that I can 1,000,000% tell you guys, which I've kind of talked about it over the last year to year and a half. When I lost my Twitch partnership, that hurt me a lot. And now I have the actual numbers to prove it. Like, that additional Twitch income that I was getting. Remember, on Twitch, I had every month, just think about this. On Twitch, I had 800 and 900 subs. Doing the same content, the same schedule. Everything was the same. It's not like I changed. And that's why I lost members here on YouTube, moving from Twitch to YouTube. I went from 800 and 900 paid subs a month down to now around, 300 and change. You're talking losing 500, 600 a month. And those weren't all even level 1. Those were level 2, level 3 memberships, or subs over there too. And yeah, over there, the cheering, like with the bits and stuff, was very prominent. Like, it was all the time just a common thing. Someone would come and drop a big bomb of cheers and stuff. And it's not as prominent on YouTube. It's just not. And why? Because YouTube, admittedly, is not as good of a streaming service. They don't offer as good benefits as Twitch does, correct? They don't. There's no YouTube Prime memberships where you get a free membership if you're YouTube's premium subscriber. That you can't use emotes carrying over from channel to channel. We know this, right? And that just telling you, it's been rough. Okay? It has been rough because I'm looking now at my financials. I just did my taxes last night, and it's like, dude, my income from 2021 to 2022, my income went down a lot. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say how much. I'm not, because that's exactly what these idiots want. They want to know. It went, and that's the hilarious part, is because these idiots sit around and they pretend to, I'm calculating everything Phil makes. Well, if you're calculating everything I made, how didn't you know my income went down? They're claiming my income goes up every year. I'm like filthy rich. They're out of their minds. My income went way down in a year. And it's like, that was directly a result of losing that Twitch partnership and having to be exclusively a YouTube creator. I didn't change the content. I didn't even lose viewership. If you take a look overall, my viewers have pretty much been retained. I'm getting subs now, like more subs growth and everything. You know what I mean? It's just YouTube streaming is not as profitable. It's just not. It's not as good as Twitch. And there's nothing you can do about that. Sadly, YouTube, in my opinion, has become the better place to stream. It really is. Better video quality. I can actually control the chat better. There's just a better mentality of how this business is run versus Twitch, and their ridiculous management decisions and bullshit, and the way that they police their community is a joke. Completely unprofessional over there. It's a better place to operate a business. At the same time, it just doesn't have the features that Twitch has, and it's like, why not? Seriously, why not? But anyway, yeah, things are rougher, and the way I see it is I need to tough it out a little longer. Things will get better soon. You know, how soon, I don't know, but things will get better soon. I got to tough it out. And I've talked about this. I'm tired now. I want to change the subject. So all I want to say is I'm sorry. All right? I'm not going to bring it up as much as I can. I'm not going to say a word from this moment on. I'm not going to say a word about, hey, tip me because that's how you can help me out more. I'm just not going to say nothing. And I guess if it hurts, it hurts. And if I can't pay stuff, I can't pay stuff. And I'm not going to bring it up. All right? At least to my best of my ability. Understand what I will say. Here's what I will say. If there's a day, I'm going to tell you guys, listen, I'm just really stressed out today. So please understand it's something that we've agreed we're not talking about. So I'm just really stressed out today. I'm sorry about it because it might come through. You know, yesterday, freaking 100%, 1,000,000% absolutely on that Wolong stream. Yes, the game was pissing me off, and I do have a lot of criticisms of it. But at the same time, that's compounded with things going on behind the scenes, financial and otherwise. There's other stuff going on too that you guys don't know about, and it all adds up, and it really stresses me out, and then it comes through into content, you know. And I apologize for that. All right, so that's that. I'm not bringing it up. I'm done. I said my piece. All right. And I got it on my chest, and I apologize to everyone who I offended. I'm sorry I even brought it up now. I really am, because I feel like I was doing better. And now things aren't as good as they were those few months that I was doing better. And now I'm kind of, you know, I don't want to revert back to old Phil constantly bringing shit up like that. You know, at the very least, I'm not doing, hey, emergency stream, we need to raise $1,000 today. That's insane. Like, what a stupid thing. You know, that's the desperation does, right? It's exactly what desperation does. It changes you. It turns you into something you don't like and you don't respect. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm good with what I'm about to do today. I'm going to go on a stream. I'm going to have a great time with my audience. We're going to have great interactive fun, right? We're going to enjoy games for what they are. I'm going to be honest with my audience and transparent. And I'm not going to sit there and fucking beg like a pathetic person. You know, give me stuff today. You know, I hate that. And I hate looking at myself and saying, man, I did that yesterday. And I'm sorry if I came across that way because that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to be honest and transparent. People were like, nah, even then, even the way you did it, it's not acceptable. I'm like, all right, fair enough. You called me out. I'm thankful people did. I'll tell you this, I want people to call me out. Call me the fuck out. When I am weak, when I do something bad or stupid or questionable, I want to know. And I appreciate that transparency that you have with me. That's what I really cherish, is that I know that I can only become better if you tell me what I'm doing wrong. Thank you for that. Because my God, if you've watched me in the last year with some of the reacts I've done, let's be honest, that John Rambo and Howard react, if I had known about half the shit that they had problems with me, you know, I probably could have done something about it. And they didn't want to be transparent with me. They kind of held it all in. And now those are friendships that are irrevocably broken and will never come back because no one was being transparent, right? I was being shitty to them and they weren't being transparent with me about me being shitty to them. So there was nothing I could really do to fix that. If you guys call me out on this stuff, then I can improve. Okay? So thank you for that. To the people who did that. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm going to do my best to improve. All right? Now that we've got a half an hour segment about it. All right.
Drip going. I got the 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 drip going. It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.